I have had the wondrous opportunity to hear God's voice in the vibrations. Today I was getting ready and I was thinking of God's divinity, of His sovereignty, of His great love that He has for us and my love for Him. Last night I was watching some videos on YouTube with one of my daughters, and there was a few YouTube videos by somebody that were incredibly brilliant. I could not understand everything that he was talking about because he was so above and beyond my understanding, but so much of what he said resonated with me. And he said, this really triggered something within me. He said that he was saying to somebody that was interviewing him, he said, "You don't believe in God." He said, "But," he goes, "God's energy. God is energy." And he was explaining energy, and he goes, "But let me point this out to you. We are atoms. We know this. This is scientific proof. We are atoms. And we are held together, millions and millions, billions of atoms. We are held together by an energy. Scientific proven. This is the way it is. And yet you don't believe in the energy of God because you can't see it? Oh, you see me in my form. You're not seeing, the energy that is holding my atoms together, but you're not believing in an energy that does this. But we know this scientifically, but you can't believe in an energy greater than yourself. The universe is held together with energy. God is energy. God is in us, as us. God is us at our purest form. And that is why when our human bodies expire, we're released to the purest form of energy, which is God, which is back to God. We are just extensions of His handiwork, extensions of God. I think that is one beautiful message. But yet we look at ourselves and I see myself as a female. I have red hair, I have blue eyes, I have freckles, 5'9". I see all these things and I identify myself by these things. We look at ourselves, all of us look at other people and identify based on what we see. We put labels on it. We put labels on, that's a tree, or that's grass, or that's a flower, or that's the sun, the moon, the stars. We label everything. And, that is a huge issue. I had a message one time, he said, "Why do you humans have to label everything?" They didn't. Who I was speaking to didn't like it. He didn't understand. He goes, "You separate yourselves when you label everything." And he said this when my friend and I we were asking his name, and he's like, "Why do I need a name? Why is that even relevant?" And it's true. We want to label everything when in fact everything in nature, when you look at the trees, stars, the sky, you feel the wind in the air, the flowers, the animals, us, everything that is living, everything, it's all God. It's extensions of Him. He created Himself as a beautiful piece of artwork for us because He wanted a relationship so badly that He made extensions of Himself, humans, and then He made Himself into artwork for our enjoyment, and everything that He has created is living, whereas everything us humans create, it's dead. It's buildings, it's light poles, it's cars. There's no life to what we create. There's no life. The only form of life that we can create is the greatest form, and that is giving birth, having children. And it's just yet another extension of God. And this is why He so badly wanted to have a relationship that He created us. Honor that. Find Him within you. I've had this just message that won't go away, and I keep talking about it. If you want to know God, know yourself. And the more that I understand it and can explain it, the more I see the purity of the message. You want to know God, align your spirit. That's why I'm an activator. I am supposed to. My spirit is supposed to activate people so they have no other choice but to align themselves. I shed light on their truth. And it's actually a beautiful love story between Father and Son. Jesus, the purest form of God, walked this earth. He walked it. His feet actually touched this earth, and he created life. He created miracles with everything that was living. He created miracles. And he loved us so much, that he died for us because we were so far removed from God. We were so far removed from our spirit. The only way that he could truly connect us with our spirit was to give his life for it. We were a love gift from Jesus to his Father. A love gift. You are a love gift. Did you hear that? You are worthy. It is your birthright to know abundance. Because you know what? You are a love gift between Jesus and his Father. Labels. You know, people who call God by the name God, sometimes they'll have a knee-jerk reaction that, no, you can't call him creator, source, energy. You can't call him Gaia. They will have a knee-jerk reaction when, again, it's labels. It's all God. It's just different names of God. Spiritual problems manifest in physical forms. And one of our major, for all of humanity, one of our major issues is separateness. That spiritual problem has manifested in a horrific physical form, and that would be borders. We separate ourselves from each other. If you're Catholic, then the Baptists don't want anything to do with you. If you're black, then the whites don't want anything to do with you. If you shop at Albertsons, well, why do you shop at Albertsons? Smith's is so much better. If you live in one, if you're an American, Canada sucks. These are just examples. We separate based on labels. And it makes complete sense to me why I've always said I'm eclectic. You can't put me in a category. You can't. Nobody can. And I know it frustrates people because you cannot put me in a category, because one moment I will be doing a bikini photo shoot and the next moment I am talking to people about the Lord. You cannot categorize me. And I understand now why. Labels. We have this earth is ours. We're all walking each other home. This earth is a gift. This is God's artwork. And yet, countries put up borders to keep people out. We put up borders. We have religions. Religion is man-made. We have religions that cause wars. And people kill in the name of God. It's a very distorted version of God. God in his sovereignty. It's beautiful. It's magnificent. There's honor and authority. There's justice. The Bible says every knee shall bow, every tongue shall confess that Jesus Christ is King. Every. And even the demons and dark entities get witness to. Even they are told, turn back. It's not too late. Turn back to God. And how do I know this? Because I hear archangels saying it. And how do I know this? Because when I am called to do a clearing, I do the same thing. Even they deserve redemption. Everything deserves redemption. The more far removed you are from God, the darker you are. And that is why when it comes to vibrations and I feel a darkness or I feel a ego in somebody or a I feel something, the vibration is off, it's because they're they're removed from God. They're further removed, They're further removed from God. And depending on how far removed depends on the vibration that, for me, it ends up flipping me out. Purity of heart, humbleness. We all have a divine purpose. We were brought on this earth to honor God in the hidden talents that He has given us. Archangel Metatron has told me many times that the clues are there. The clues are there everywhere in your life. The clues are there. Pay attention to the clues. And even when it comes to your divine purpose, the clues are there. Look at the things in your life that have repetition. Look at the things in your life that keep coming up. And when you see repetition in your life, you know that there's a lesson to be learned, or you know you need to pay attention because something is coming down the pipes for you. Or you know that, oh, you know what, this is my calling. I was in a career that I hated for many, many years. Actually, I've hated my career since I started working. And it wasn't until I actually awakened, started noticing, wow, okay, this is making sense. I'm seeing the clues, that all of a sudden my calling was put together. Your divine purpose may be to be a mechanic. Your divine purpose may be to be a motivational speaker. Your divine purpose may be able to run a company or be a consultant or whatever it may be to do. My divine purpose is to serve God 100% in everything that I do, speak, and say, and to bring people back to Him. That is my divine purpose. And that's why I'm here. That is why I have said I will risk it all, because my soul has already chosen to serve Him, no matter what it is. Whatever the calling is, it doesn't matter. Find your divine purpose. When you find your divine purpose, that is the path to enlightenment. That is finding God within you, as you. Don't put labels. Don't put labels. No labels. Please don't put labels. Just know that you are loved by your Creator. You are loved by Source. Learn to love yourself. Who are you not to love yourself when you are so loved? You are so loved that you are the greatest love gift between God and His Son. Love yourself. I have been in God's presence and felt the love, the worthiness, the sovereignty, the peace, feeling at one for the first time in my life, in that very moment, feeling at one. And when I pulled back from being in God's presence, going, I want to go back. I don't want to ever be away from that. Heaven is being in the presence of God. That's all that's needed. Everything that you see today, honor it. This is one of the reasons why we are called to go out in nature. We need to be out in nature because it's being one with our Creator. It's being one with who we are. It's grounding us. And by grounding us, it allows us to ascend. Awaken. And I wish you an amazing day, and it will be an amazing day if you allow it. Namaste.